I'm sorry that I haven't made very many videos recently. I really am quite ill, and this flu just keeps coming, just keeps going on. And today I think I have a temperature, and I'm struggling through it. I sort of try and keep doing as much as I can, but uh, the it is 3 weeks of flu, and before that a week of bed bugs, because I stayed on the 25th of September. I stayed at a thing called the Maitrise Hotel in Maida Vale, and it was a squalid experience. I only stayed there because I wanted to visit a friend, and I thought that it was going to be too difficult to get back home in order to do 2 lessons in the evening. So I just wanted to make the whole process a little easier, and I was greatly deceived. I had an awful night, by the way. I don't recommend it in any form. But let me show you the video that I made at the time, because after doing my 2 lessons, I thought, now I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to read. And I couldn't read because the bedside light didn't work. I called for somebody from downstairs to come and fix it, and he screwed in the the light, and it then started sort of flashing, and they are completely unusable. Um, and uh, this on top of the fact that the key card didn't work, and so if I wanted to go in or come out of the hotel, I had to be accompanied by one of the staff. The staff, by the way, were lovely, um, but the lad who came up to sort out my bedside light promised that he would leave a note, um, and that a refund would be available in the morning. It wasn't. But that really is the cycle that I'm going to tell you about. Let me show you the video first.
So this is the bedroom light in this funny little hotel, and we go around here, and oh look, this is the bathroom door, and you can't actually get into this room because there's something gone wrong with the key system. So you actually have to have a member of staff escort you up, escort you out each time you leave the room. Though you still need this funny little key in the lights to make the lights work, except the lights don't work. It's sort of nightmare stuff, and I think people should know this is what you get. And it's now the second time I've tried using, or is it Trivago or Hotels lastminute.com, and both times I've used it, I've ended up in a place which is just squalid. Once was in a Hilton hotel in Manchester, and this one is in a hotel in London called, what's it called? It's called the Maitrise. But it's squalid. It's squalid.
And now, today, it's nearly a month after that event and staying in the Maitrise Hotel, and I've still not got any money. I was offered £20 by the Maitrise, by the hotels.com, and then I was offered a 20% refund by Andres, who's the assistant general manager, who was absent, and he was absent for about 2 weeks, and then he finally responded to my letter, and I've received nothing from that either. And so today I contacted hotels.com, and I had an elaborate exchange by text on their support chat, and I ended up speaking to a fellow called Karanjit. And Karanjit, first of all, said that he was aware that I'd been promised 25 one-key cash rewards to my account. Well, so I think that means that I was going to get some sort of reward if I used hotels.com again. Of course I will not, and I'd encourage everybody else not to use it. It's not a reasonable organisation. It's a fly-by-night organisation. I still haven't managed to get a head office telephone number or email address or even real address. or that I've been asking. He then raised that to 51 key cash rewards as compensation for the inconvenience. But I still haven't received the 20% refund from Andreas. He then, this Karanjit fellow, then goes on to tell me that he's reviewed the calls and the chats and the emails and the notes and says there was no offer made. And I can see your denial email letter. And he sent me, he said there was a denial email letter sent on the 9th of October. And it was sent to support. It was sent from support.uk@chat.hotels.com. I've received no such email, and I think this is a wind-up by a particularly scurrilous organisation that doesn't take responsibility for what it's doing. And I haven't done this very often, but I think it's my duty to advise people not to go to the Maitrise Hotel in Maida Vale because it's dirty. And after I stayed at the hotel, I had bed bugs for a week. I was bitten by bed bugs. And it's really quite uncomfortable. It's never happened to me before. And I've stayed in some scurrilous places over the years, basements in Athens and so on, crawling with cockroaches. But I've never been bitten by bed bugs until the Maitrise Hotel. And the lack of support, the lack of the lack of consideration is unacceptable. So please let me know if you've stayed at the Maitrise Hotel in Maida Vale. Please let me know if you've had a bad experience. It would be very interesting and it would be useful for other people to know. And please let me know if you've had a positive experience of using hotels.com and what other sites you recommend, because this is a nightmare.